Thank you, everybody, for coming out today. Special occasion. It's not always that you have a Eagle Court of Honor. We have a lot of court of honors in the scouting program, but we're here joined to recognize Michael and Spencer for the highest honor of Boy Scouts, the Eagle Court of Honor. First off, we want to go ahead and start with an opening song. We're going to sing hymn number 340, Star Spangled Banner.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Color guard forward march. I pledge
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Dear Father, thank you so much that we could be gathered here for Michael Anderson and Spencer Burkholder's Eagle. And thank you that they could get this far in their life and that they could have a great time doing it. Please help this meeting to go smoothly, and we say this in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen.
How long ago did you do your actual project?
When I was 13.
13 years old. How old are you now?
18.
18. All right. 5 years. But what's important is you're standing right here right now. You did it. So congratulations for that. But I was able to spend some time with Michael quite a long time ago. We went to a little place called Blue Hole, and Michael was a little bit younger then. He was probably 12. So he was just about to do his Eagle project. And as you cross this lake, if you don't cross it either at night or in the morning, fairly early from what I'm told, there's kind of a microclimate. So this wind picks up and rips through this canyon, and the waves start coming. And you're in canoes. And we thought, hey, it's all right. It's not that bad. Michael thought that. We leaders, we didn't think that, but yeah, you didn't. So we're crossing this lake, and the waves are like really big, and we're attached. We attach ourselves to a little Zodiac. We thought that'd be a little better than paddling, and the Zodiac's motor kept dying on us, so we kept turning sideways. And so if you're going forward into the waves, the boat's doing this, but if you're going sideways, the boat's doing this. And Michael was having the ride of his life in that back of that canoe. But as we're hitting these waves head on, I'm in the front of the boat having a blast because I'm not getting a drop of water on me. Everything's splashing behind me right into Michael. And he's just trying to bail this water out as fast as it's coming in. And I'm pretty sure I heard a time or two, "Are we going to die, Dad?" But I think that was Nick saying that, his brother. Couldn't have been Michael.
Yeah.
So... But I'm very proud of Michael. I'm glad that you've made it. Congratulations to you. And this is a great day for you, for your family, for all those that helped you out to get here. So congratulations, Michael.
I feel really blessed to be able to have not only Spencer but also Michael in my life. These are two now men that I've been able to watch from a very young age grow into maturity, and this is no small thing to be able to move past the girls and the cars and still make it to an eagle. Something that even in my own life I wasn't willing to commit to do, and I'm really grateful for the example of these two young men in my life. As a leader, I got to be able to take these two up to Camp Winton 2 years in a row, and we got to spend a lot of good time camping them. And it's no accident that these two are here together today, doing their Eagle Court of Honor, because then they were inseparable. It was amusing to me that Michael was always the really, really well-organized one. And Spencer was like, "Hey, Michael, what are we going to go do next?" Environmental science. And Spencer would say, but they would go, and they would work on this stuff over and over and over again. And I have a lot of really fond memories of both Spencer and Michael. It's really a pleasure to be able to have them in my life, and not in the too far past, but I would actually call Spencer on the phone and say, "Hey, man, how's your eagle coming? How's this working for you? What do you need?" And he would always tell me, "Nothing, I'm good." And I'm really glad to be able to see that that's true, that he was able to accomplish this. And we all know that mothers probably earn more eagles than boys do. Right, Becky? But it's really true. Without two committed parents who are willing to step up and to fill in the gaps of experience in life that our young men don't have quite yet, and to help avoid those gaps, we learn and we grow. And I'm really excited to see Spencer learn and grow. This is a very awesome experience. Okay, so. I'll let you get the collar. Cool.
On my honor, I will do my best to do my duty to God and my country, to obey the Scout law, to help other people at all times, to keep myself physically strong, mentally awake, and morally straight. The law? A Scout is trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent. And the slogan? Do a good turn daily. And the motto? Be prepared. Thank you.
When you look at an Eagle Scout, you picture them exemplifying typifying the oath and the law and the slogan of Scouts. And I do want to give recognition to Michael and Spencer for that. I do want to share my own quick story. I had the opportunity to go on this last summer, not this summer, but last summer, on a trip with Michael and Spencer up to Yosemite. And this was our second trip. They had previously gone up with some of the other leaders before I was called to Young Men's. Brother McKeon was at the time the venture crew advisor. So this was my first time with them up there, and they were our senior scouts, and this 40-mile trip was not easy, going up El Capitan and hiking up North Dome and seeing some of the beautiful things of God's creation, but at the same time it was very physically demanding. And I remember Spencer and Michael helping one of our young scouts, who probably, I think this was his first, I won't mention his name, but I don't think he's here today, but struggled a little bit, but he had a heavier pack than most of us, and about 3/4 of the way on our hike, we helped him out with this pack. And I remember Spencer and Michael helping this young scout by taking him under their wings and being an example to them and carrying that load. And I think we can all parallel that to the load that Christ gives us as well, and how he carries our burdens as well. And so we learned a lot from that trip, and hopefully that's something you guys will remember, because I know that I will remember for the rest of my life. That was it was a very great experience for me, getting to know Spencer and Michael on that trip. So we're going to go ahead and have the Eagle Charge now. That's going to be led by Judd Klein, followed by the Eagle Promise by Gary Bowden.
Congratulations. Thank you for this opportunity to share in this evening with you and your families. Eagle Scout, what a wonderful accomplishment. In my scouting assignment right now, I get to review membership records. I'm the vice president of membership for the council. And our capture rate of scouts in the city of Lincoln, of boys between the ages of 8 and 18, what do you think the percentage is? Actually, why don't you guys join me so I don't have to keep looking that far back. Right up here. What do you think the percentage of boys registered in the Boy Scouts of America in the city of Lincoln is?
Very small.
Give me a percentage. Be bold.
15.
2.
It's between 15 and 2. It's about 3%. We have about a 3% capture rate within the city of Lincoln. Now, of those boys who are registered in the Boy Scouts of America, how many attain the Eagle rank? Have you heard that number before?
3.
Not in Lincoln, but nationally.
1%.
2%.
It's between 2 and 20%. These guys are really good. 5%. 5%. So 3% of the boys in Lincoln and 5% of Boy Scouts. 3% of the boys in Lincoln are Boy Scouts, and 5% of Boy Scouts attain the Eagle rank. That's a pretty elite group. And what that tells me is that you have the ability to do hard things. You have the ability to set goals and to achieve them. To look at the hurdles in front of you and find a way to get over them. They might be close, as in the 110-meter hurdle. Any track and field people here? Or they might be far, where they go all the way around the track and you have to time your steps between them. Doing his Eagle Project at 13 and being here when he's 18, he had the one hurdle per 10-mile run. So he had a lot of time to time his next jump. But he timed it. And he hurdled. He got over that hurdle. He got over it cleanly. It didn't fall over. They made it. They made it to their goal of being Eagle Scouts, and that's truly commendable. I'm here, brethren, to give you your Eagle Charge. So will each of you make the sign of the scout? Spencer Burkholder and Michael Anderson, scouts of all nations, make up one of the most wholesome and significant movements in the world's history. Each of you have been judged by the Boy Scouts of America as being worthy of this honor. All who know you rejoice in this achievement. This award, as you well know, is one of honor and responsibility. You are marked men. As an Eagle Scout, you have assumed a solemn obligation to do your duty to God, to country, and to your fellow scouts, and to mankind in general. This is a great undertaking. As you live up to your obligations, you bring honor to yourself and to your brother scouts.
America has many good things to give you and your children after you. But these good things depend, for the most part, on the quality of American citizens. Our country has had a great past. You can help make the future even greater. I charge you to undertake your citizenship with a solemn dedication. Be a leader, but lead only towards the best. Lift up every task you do and every office you hold to the highest level of service to God and to your fellow men. So live and serve, that those who know you will be inspired to finer living. I charge you to be among those who dedicate their hearts, hands, skills, and abilities to the common good. Help to build America's future by continuing to set an example of clean living, honest work, unselfish citizenship, and reverence for God. Whatever others may do, you may leave behind you a record of which you may be justly proud. Congratulations. Thank you.
So part of the Eagle Promise is that you take it serious, you take it on, and you take it for life. It's wise to have a smartphone or a caller ID, because you may get the call. So years ago, I get a call from Todd Buys, he's Scoutmaster, and it's these two young men and another young man, and we go up to snow camping. And as we go up to Eagle Lake by Cisco Grove, the weather that week dropped between 8 and 10 feet of new snow. So we took snowshoes. But with all my wisdom, we weren't going to go too far. You get 10 feet of new snow, and you step over, and then you don't find them. So anyway, we went right up, and we started to make camp, and so Todd and I stomped out our place for our tent, and we set up our tent, and we're all ready to go, and we look over, and the three boys are still making angels and playing in the snow. The wisdom in a snow camp is you try not to get wet the first day, and then you get wet the next day. Well, by the time they made their angels and played in the snow and flattened out their spot, they weren't too bad. They were prepared. But the third boy was not prepared. He had big leather boots, steel-toed, a pair of Levi's, and a t-shirt, and kind of a coat that didn't button up or zip up. We set up the tent real fast. We built the fire real fast. He went in the tent to change. They couldn't quite find his clothes. 45 minutes later, we went and took the boy out and put him in Todd's spare snowsuit and put him by the fire to get a pulse, to get life. No way we're going to ruin that snow camp. That boy's going to start breathing and he's going to come back around, yeah. So it all worked out. Brother Klein had you go back and join the eagle nest, but you need to come back up. This whole room's the eagle's nest, and there are some eagles up here, and sometimes it's full, and sometimes there's only one or two. Stand here. If you start feeling faint, you can move around, you can move your knees, you can go sit down. I've seen court of honors where they'll have them stand the whole time, the entire time, and I've watched him tip over and run up and grab the one and take him out in the hall, and he's going to miss the whole rest of the meeting because he just kind of passed out. The Eagle Promise. Michael Anderson, Spencer Burkholder. I charge you to enter this Eagle Scout Brotherhood, holding without reservation and ever before you the ideals of honor and service by repeating the following Eagle Scout promise before the Eagle's Nest. You will become an Eagle Scout. When you pledge yourself on your sacred honor, you will be sealing your loyalty to the code of the Eagle Scout. It's too late. You're here. Okay, repeat after me. I thoughtfully take upon myself
I thoughtfully take upon myself
the obligations and responsibilities
the obligations and responsibilities
of an Eagle Scout.
of an Eagle Scout.
I realize my obligation
I realize my obligation
to my fellow men,
to my fellow men,
my home,
My
my home,
my country,
my
My
country,
country.
and my God.
and my God.
I will at all times
I will at all times
do my best
do my best
to assist others,
to assist others,
to live with honor,
to live with honor,
loyalty,
loyalty,
courage,
courage,
and service,
and service,
and to be a living example
and to be a living example
of the Scout Oath
of the Scout Oath
and law
and law
and the best of my ability.
in the best of my ability,
Excuse me. To the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
To this I pledge
To this I pledge
my sacred honor.
my sacred honor.
Thank you. An Eagle Scout, as an Eagle Scout, you become a guide to other Scouts. You become an example to your community. Remember that your actions are now a little more conspicuous, and people will expect more of you. To falter in your responsibilities would reflect not only on you, but your fellow Eagles and all Scouting. The torch you carry is not only yours, but is ours. By the authority vested in me by the National Court of Honor of the Boy Scouts of America, it is my privilege and pleasure to pronounce you Eagle Scouts. May the oath you have taken remain graven in your heart always. Thank you.
So I put a lot of thought into who I should give my mentor pin, and not just after I got my Eagle, but a lot of the time coming up to it and coming up to the Court of Honor, so that when I talked to my parents, it was very clear. This person is very dear to me and has been there with me the entire way. I would not have gotten my Eagle without him. I love him very much, and he's my father, so I would like my father to come up and receive the mentor pin. And just one more thing too. I thought about all the different people that could have gotten this pin, and I've had so many great people along the way, like Brother Byes and Brother Bowden and Brother Mac, and just because my dad has been there with me the entire way, and just because he was there when I had given up, and he was there whenever I needed to get anything done. He would be there for me, and it was and that's why I give him the mentor pin, because he taught me everything I know, and made it so I could finish my Eagle. So I thank him for that.
I'm going to start with Mom and Dad, so if you guys will come up. Mom and Dad have always been there to support me. My scouting career, I've had my ups and downs in low spots, and sometimes I didn't want to do it. Mom, I'm done with scouts. I don't want to get this. It's not worth it. It's too much. But she encouraged me and she helped me along the way, and my father as well, always encouraging, always there, always seeing where I was in my scouting, what else I need to do, and always willing to help where it was needed and what they could do to help. And it wasn't a lot, but when I did need help with questions, or can you get like treats for this project that I'm doing, and this and that and the other, they were always there and always helped me out for that. And so I'd like to give these. So next I have the mentor pin. I've had a lot of people who have been influential in my life and helped me out, but one guy I'd like to give this to, Todd Bies. He's always been there for me and encouraged me, and I idolize him. Ever since I was a kid, I've always wanted to be like Todd Bies, and I admire his traits and qualities of fatherhood and loyalty and honesty, and I admire him for that. And so if you'll come up, I'll give this to you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Good man.
I'd also like to take one more second, and if I can, have another mentor pin, just for my grandfather, who is on my mom's side. He's passed away, and he's been passed away since I was a child, but I've heard stories about him and his greatness in scouting and his love for the scouting program, and silently he's been my encouragement and my strength. I've always idolized him for the stories that I've heard, and he's encouraged me and been one of those men that have really pushed me, and I've wanted to get my goal for him. And so if I could, I'd like to give another one to him, just kind of give a recognition to him. And so
We're grateful for everyone coming out today and supporting Spencer and Michael.
Brothers, lift your voices.